be thinking about what dream house that you have been dreaming your whole life you wanted to build. This is now the opportunity for you to build. This is the part whereby you go crazy. This is the part whereby you put your total wish list that you have ever wanted to build in your dream house, because this is something that you have worked extremely hard to build, to put money into. You have been able to save so much on those number of years that you have been outside the country to buy a piece of land. Now that I have the piece of land, I want to build a house. Now you've got to build the dream house of your life. But before you start, you're doing all these dream houses, before you even go to an architect, before we even start talking about the architect, you yourself need to go on the internet and go crazy. List down everything that you want in that house. Be it 6 bedrooms, put everything that you want. Is it 6 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, whatever you have decided that is in your head that you want it on that house, please put it, because this is your dream house. The size will then count, but let's be realistic. If you buy a 300 square meters, you will have a certain size of a house that you can build on that. But now at this point in time, you are able to now start dreaming and thinking about the things that you want to put on that house. So go on the internet, look at it, be it a double story, be it a single story, what kind of roof that you want. Do you want a flat roof? Do you want all the types of roofs will then come into your brain. Think about it. Think about these things in advance, because this is the next very important stage to you. After you have done that, list the things that you want in your house, because these are the things that you're going to be sending to the architect when and what you want when they build. So I'm going to talk about a standard house. A standard house is normally a 3-bedroom house. 3 bedrooms is what we consider a fair game on building here in Zimbabwe. So what are you looking at? 3 bedrooms, 2 toilets, 1 dining room, 1 sitting room, 1 kitchen, and then if there is space that is left over, probably a garage. This is an add-on. If there isn't, well, that is normally the amount of space that you do have. This is basically the basic house that most people are constructing. After that, you need to understand the room square meters per room. So how do you do that? It's length times width. That is normally will give you a square meter. But obviously you may not be able to do that. But due to you probably going to your friend's house, or probably the house that you are in, there are probably things that you do like, and probably say, this bedroom I do like, this is my master bedroom. So let me take that square meter. You just say length times width, so that when you send to the architect, these figures are there in the back of his mind. So therefore, it gives him the guideline of what you want. At the end of the day, it is not what the architect wants, it is what you want. Because the house is not going to be lived by the architect. The house, you are the one who's going to live into it. So once you start giving them the square meters that you want for each and every room, you are then being able to put yourself in a position whereby you are able to see and physically understand the size of each and every room that you want. I want my bedroom to be this big. I want my kitchen to be this big. I want my dining room to be this big. By all these sizes that you would have given the architect, you are giving them a blueprint of what you want. His point is now to make sure that what you are envisioning in your head of the sizes is what the architect is going to be able to put down on paper. At this point in time, as you are doing all these things, you are now looking for a qualified architect here in Zimbabwe. Why I'm saying here in Zimbabwe? Because the rules and regulations of how to construct things here in Zimbabwe and the way the things are built in Europe are very, very different. Or how they are built in America, the way they're built in Middle East, all these things are different from how we build here in Zimbabwe. We have got certain positioning of how we need to position our toilets. We've got certain positions whereby our plumbing In Europe, you can run your plumbing through the center of the room. Here in Zimbabwe, you cannot run plumbing through the center of the room unless if it's only in your kitchen, whereby you have got an island. But these are things that normally will have very much difficulties passing through council. So we are just saying that all your ideas, you have now put them down on paper, you have now sent them to the architect.